The dust settled slowly around the boots of the Black Emperor. The air was heavy and hard to breathe. It smelled like ozone and burnt rocks. Frieza stood with his arms crossed over his dark grey chest. His skin was the color of obsidian. His horns were shiny and sharp. He looked down at Gohan, who was lying in the dirt clutching his stomach. Gohan was coughing. Blood leaked from the corner of his mouth. It was a terrible sight. But then a blue light flashed. It was bright and hopeful. Goku and Vegeta were there. They stood between Frieza and Gohan. Goku looked serious. His orange gi was flapping in the wind. Vegeta looked angry. His blue spandex suit was tight against his muscles. They were the strongest warriors in the universe, or so they thought. Frieza looked at them and smiled. It was not a happy smile. It was a smile that promised pain. He uncrossed his arms. He flexed his fingers. The sound of his knuckles cracking was loud in the silent wasteland. He said hello to the monkeys. He said he was waiting for them. Goku looked at Frieza. He looked at the black color. He asked Frieza what happened to the gold. He asked if Frieza had rolled in the mud. It was a joke, but Goku was not laughing. His eyes were scanning Frieza. He was trying to sense Frieza's energy, but there was nothing. It was like staring into a black hole. There was no energy to sense because Frieza was keeping it all inside. It was a void. Vegeta stepped forward. He did not care about the color. He only cared about the fight. He pointed his thumb at himself. He said it did not matter what color Frieza painted himself. He said Frieza was still a loser. Vegeta said he had evolved too. He had new powers. He was ready to send Frieza back to hell. Frieza chuckled. His shoulders shook. He said he loved Vegeta's confidence. He said it would make breaking him so much more fun. Goku told Vegeta to be careful. He said this felt different. Vegeta ignored him. Vegeta shouted. He flared his energy. A massive blue aura exploded around him. But it was not just blue. It was darker. It was sparkly. It was Super Saiyan Blue evolved. Vegeta's muscles grew larger. His eyes turned a deeper blue. He launched himself at Frieza. He was a blue blur. He threw a punch aimed right at Frieza's nose. It was a punch that could shatter a moon. Frieza did not move his feet. He simply tilted his head to the left. The punch missed by an inch. The wind from the punch blew the dust away behind Frieza. Vegeta did not stop. He threw a kick. Frieza ducked. Vegeta threw a barrage of blasts. Frieza walked through them. The blasts hit Frieza's chest and disappeared. They did not even leave a scratch. Vegeta was panting. He backed away. He could not believe it. Frieza had not even raised his hands. Frieza looked at Vegeta. He yawned. He covered his mouth with his hand. He said he was bored. He said he expected more from the Prince of Saiyans. This made Vegeta snap. Vegeta roared. He gathered all his energy into his fist. He flew at Frieza with everything he had. Frieza stopped smiling. He raised his right hand. He made a fist. He punched Vegeta in the stomach. It was a short punch. It did not look powerful. But when it connected, time seemed to stop. Vegeta's eyes bulged out. The air exploded out of his lungs. His armor shattered. The blue aura vanished instantly. Vegeta fell to his knees. He grabbed his stomach. He tried to breathe, but he couldn't. He fell face forward into the dirt. He was out cold. One punch. Goku watched this happen. His mouth was open. He knew Vegeta was strong. For Vegeta to go down in one hit was impossible. Goku looked at Frieza. Frieza was wiping his hand on his leg as if he had touched something dirty. Frieza looked at Goku. He asked if it was Goku's turn. Goku narrowed his eyes. He knew he could not hold back. He could not test the waters. He had to go to his maximum immediately. Goku closed his eyes. He took a deep breath. He let his mind go blank. He let his body act on its own. Heat rose from the ground. A silver light covered Goku. His hair turned silver. His eyes turned silver. It was Ultra Instinct, the perfect form, the power of the angels. Frieza looked at the silver hair. He raised an eyebrow. He said that looked fancy. He asked if it came with a color change feature too. Goku did not speak. He disappeared. He reappeared behind Frieza. He kicked Frieza in the head. Frieza flew sideways. He crashed through a rock formation. Goku did not wait. He chased Frieza. He punched Frieza in the chest. Frieza slid back across the ground. Goku was landing hits. His speed was incredible. His body was dodging and attacking automatically. Gohan watched from the ground. He opened one eye. He saw the silver light. He felt hope. His dad was winning. Ultra Instinct was unbeatable. But then, Frieza stopped sliding. He planted his feet. He looked at Goku, who was charging again. Frieza smiled. He said he could see Goku's movements. Goku threw a punch. Frieza caught it. He caught the Ultra Instinct punch with one hand. Goku looked shocked. His eyes widened. Frieza squeezed Goku's hand. He said that technique was annoying. He said moving without thinking was a neat trick. But speed meant nothing if the opponent was simply stronger, much stronger. Frieza pulled Goku closer. He headbutted Goku. Bam! The sound was like a thunderclap. Goku fell back. He was dizzy. His silver hair flickered. Frieza kicked Goku in the ribs. Goku flew into the sky. Frieza flew up above him. He clasped his hands together. He hammered Goku down. Goku crashed into the earth next to Vegeta. The impact created a massive crater. Goku lay there. He reverted to his base form. His black hair returned. He was beaten. Gohan stared. He could not breathe. His father and Vegeta were defeated in less than 5 minutes. This monster was in a different league. Frieza floated down. He landed softly between the two Saiyans. He looked at them. He looked pleased. He said that was satisfying. He said he had waited many years for this moment. He walked over to Goku. He placed his foot on Goku's chest. He pressed down. Goku groaned in pain. Frieza laughed. He said he should kill them now. But death was too easy. He wanted them to suffer. He wanted them to know despair. Gohan tried to stand up. His legs were shaking. His stomach was burning from the hole Frieza had punched earlier. Even though the wound was closed, the internal damage was bad. He pushed himself up. He could not let his father die. He ignited his aura. The pink rose flame flickered to life. It was weak. It was like a candle in a hurricane. Frieza looked at Gohan. He looked annoyed. He said the brat was still awake. He asked if Gohan wanted to die first. Gohan did not answer. He stepped forward. He raised his fists. He was the divine beast. He was the protector of Earth. He would not give up. Frieza turned his body fully towards Gohan. He ignored Goku and Vegeta. He looked at the pink aura. He asked Gohan where that power came from. He said it felt like a Kai. He asked if Gohan stole it. Gohan said it was his own. He said he earned it. Frieza laughed. He said Saiyans were thieves. They stole techniques. They stole planets. They stole lives. Frieza said he found his power in a dimension where time did not exist. He said he found a room of spirit and time on a conquered planet. He said the door was sealed, but he broke it. Inside 10 years was like 10 days. He trained for 10 years straight. He did not sleep. He did not eat. He only focused on one thing: hatred. Hatred for Goku. Hatred for the Saiyans. And that hatred turned his soul black. It turned his power black. It was the purest form of malice. Frieza pointed a finger at Gohan. He charged a death beam. It was black and purple. He said he will put a hole in Gohan's head this time. Gohan tensed up. He knew he could not dodge it. He was too slow. He looked at his father. Goku was trying to get up, but Frieza stepped on him harder. Frieza fired the beam. It shot through the air. Gohan closed his eyes, but the impact never came. Gohan opened his eyes. Piccolo was standing in front of him. Piccolo had jumped in the way. The beam had hit Piccolo in the shoulder. It went straight through. Piccolo grunted. He fell to one knee. Purple blood dripped onto the ground. Gohan screamed, "Mr. Piccolo!" Frieza looked disappointed. He said he missed the head. He said Namekians were always getting in the way. He remembered doing the same thing on Namek years ago. He said history was repeating itself. Gohan caught Piccolo. Piccolo was breathing heavy. He told Gohan to run. He said they could not win. He said this monster was beyond gods. Gohan looked at Piccolo's wound. Tears filled his eyes. Rage began to build up in his chest. But it wasn't just rage. It was the Rose energy reacting to the rage. The divine energy usually required calm, but Gohan was not calm. He was furious. The two energies clashed inside him. The pink aura turned dark red. The ground started to shake. Pebbles started to float. Frieza watched with interest. He asked if there was going to be another transformation. He said he hoped so. He wanted to crush hope again. Gohan stood up. He gently laid Piccolo down. He turned to Frieza. His eyes were not silver anymore. They were red, deep, blood red. The pink aura had streaks of black in it. It was a corrupted rose. It was a beast rose. Gohan roared. The sound was primal. It sounded like a giant ape. He charged at Frieza. This time, Gohan was fast. He was faster than before. He punched Frieza. Frieza blocked it, but he slid back a few inches. Frieza looked surprised. He said the boy had a hidden reserve. Gohan attacked wildly. He was not using martial arts. He was using brute force. He clawed. He kicked. He headbutted. Frieza was dodging, but Gohan was relentless. Gohan grabbed Frieza's tail. He swung Frieza into a mountain. The mountain crumbled. Frieza flew out of the dust. He looked angry now. He had some dirt on his face. Frieza shouted. He flared his black aura. He flew at Gohan. They clashed in the sky. Shockwaves destroyed the ground below. The ocean boiled. Clouds evaporated. It was a battle of monsters. But Frieza was still stronger. He was just playing before. Now he was serious. He caught Gohan's fist. He twisted Gohan's arm. Gohan screamed. Frieza punched Gohan in the face repeatedly. Bam, bam, bam. Gohan's face was bruised. His eye was swollen shut. Frieza grabbed Gohan by the throat. He lifted him up. Frieza looked into Gohan's red eyes. He said anger was a good fuel, but it burned out quickly. He said Gohan was sloppy. He said Gohan was a disappointment. Frieza tightened his grip. Gohan choked. He kicked his legs. He tried to blast Frieza, but Frieza just swatted the blasts far away. Frieza prepared a final death beam. He aimed it at Gohan's heart. Suddenly, a bright flash of light appeared in the sky. A spaceship appeared. It was Bulma's ship. Jacko was flying it. The ship fired a missile at Frieza. The missile hit Frieza's head. It did no damage. It just made smoke. But it distracted Frieza. He dropped Gohan. He looked up at the ship. He was annoyed. He raised his hand to blow up the ship. While Frieza was looking up, Goku used the last of his energy. He used instant transmission. He appeared next to Gohan. He grabbed Gohan. He grabbed Piccolo. He grabbed Vegeta. He put 2 fingers to his forehead. He focused on a faint energy far away. It was Supreme Kai's energy. Frieza sensed the movement. He looked down. He saw Goku trying to escape. Frieza fired a beam. The beam flew towards them. Goku shouted. He disappeared just as the beam hit the ground where they were standing. The ground exploded. A massive mushroom cloud rose up. Frieza floated in the smoke. He looked around. He sensed for their energy. It was gone. They had escaped. Frieza growled. He clenched his fist. He hated instant transmission. Frieza flew up to Bulma's ship. Jacko was screaming inside. Bulma was yelling at Jacko to fly faster. Frieza hovered in front of the window. He looked at Bulma. Bulma froze. She looked at the red eyes of the tyrant. Frieza smiled. He raised a finger. He was going to kill them. But then he stopped. He had an idea. He lowered his finger. He spoke through the glass. His voice vibrated the ship. He said he would let them live. For now. He said he wanted Goku to suffer. He wanted Goku to know that Earth was under Frieza's control. He said he would give them 1 month. 1 month to heal. 1 month to train. 1 month to say goodbye. If they did not return to Earth in 1 month to fight him, he would blow up the planet. He would kill every human. He would kill Trunks. He would kill Goten. He told Bulma to deliver the message. Then he flicked the ship. The ship spun out of control and flew away towards the horizon. Frieza floated alone in the sky. He looked down at the Earth. It was a beautiful blue ball. He decided he would remodel it. He flew down to the city. He landed on the highest building. He sat down on the edge. He waited. He was the Emperor again. Meanwhile, on the Supreme Kai's planet, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo appeared. They crashed onto the purple grass. They were all badly hurt. Shin, the Supreme Kai, ran over to them. Kibito ran over too. Old Kai was drinking tea. He spat his tea out. He asked what happened. He said they looked like they went through a meat grinder. Dende was there too. He had been visiting the Kais. He ran to them. He started to heal them. He healed Piccolo first because Piccolo was in the worst shape. The hole in his shoulder closed. Piccolo sat up. He looked angry. He punched the ground. He said he was useless. He said he couldn't protect his student. Then they moved to Gohan. He placed his hands on Gohan. His healing light glowed. Gohan's bruises faded. His broken ribs mended. Gohan opened his eyes. He sat up. He looked around. He saw the purple grass. He knew where he was. He looked for his dad. Goku was being healed next. Vegeta was sitting against a tree, refusing help. He was holding his stomach. His pride was hurt more than his body. Goku sat up. He ate a senzu bean that Shin brought. He crunched it. He felt his energy return, but his face was grim. He told everyone what happened. He told them about Black Frieza. He told them about the power gap. It was not just a gap. It was a canyon. Vegeta spoke. His voice was raspy. He said they needed a plan. They couldn't just train for a month and expect to win. Frieza trained for 10 years. They couldn't catch up in 30 days with normal training. They needed something drastic. They needed a miracle. Whis appeared. He had been watching from his staff. He floated down. He looked serious for once. He said the situation was indeed dire. Black Frieza's power rivaled a god of destruction, maybe even surpassed it in raw output. Beerus was sleeping, and Whis could not wake him up for a mortal quarrel. They were on their own. Gohan stood up. He walked to the edge of the planet. He looked out at the stars. He felt the darkness of the universe. He felt the weight of Frieza's threat. 1 month. The Earth was held hostage. Gohan clenched his fists. The rose energy hummed inside him. It was agitated. It wanted to fight. But Gohan knew that fighting blindly was wrong. He had lost control on Earth. He had let rage take over, and it didn't work. Frieza was too disciplined. Gohan turned around. He looked at Whis. He asked a question. He asked, if there was a level beyond Rose. He asked if there was a level beyond Beast. Whis tapped his chin. He said the potential of a hybrid Saiyan was limitless. But Gohan was trying to mix oil and water. The divine energy and the beast rage were fighting each other. Gohan had to find a way to make them one. He didn't need a new form. He needed unification. Vegeta stood up. He walked over to Goku. He said there was one way to get stronger than Frieza in a short time. He looked at the Patara earrings that Shin was wearing. Goku looked at the earrings too. He shook his head. He said they agreed never to use fusion again, unless it was absolutely necessary. Vegeta shouted. He said the Earth was going to explode. This was absolutely necessary. But Gohan stepped in. He said no. He said fusion was a temporary fix. If Vegeta or Gogeta failed, they would be done, and Frieza would just wait out the time limit. They needed individual strength. They needed to evolve. Gohan had an idea. He looked at the old Kai. He asked if the old Kai could unlock his potential again. The old Kai laughed. He said he already unlocked everything. Gohan was an empty cup. There was nothing left to pour out. Gohan shook his head. He said he wasn't asking for more potential. He was asking for a different kind of ritual. He asked about the ancient Namekian book of legends. Piccolo looked up. He was surprised. He asked how Gohan knew about that. Gohan said he read it in the library of the Lookout years ago. It spoke of a trial, the trial of the Dragon God. It was a trial that the creator of the Super Dragon Balls, Zalama, had made. Piccolo said it was a myth. No one had ever found the entrance to the trial, and those who looked for it never returned. Gohan said they had to try. If they could pass the trial, they would gain the power of the Dragon God, the power to rewrite their own limits. Whis looked intrigued. He said he knew of Zalama. He was a being older than the Omni King. His power was creation. If Gohan wanted to seek Zalama's trial, Whis could take them to the coordinates of the Super Dragon Balls. The entrance might be there. Goku said he was in. He loved an adventure. Vegeta said it was foolish, but he had no better idea. Piccolo said he would come to translate the ancient language. So the team was set. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo. They would go on a quest to find the lost trial of Zalama. They had 1 month to become strong enough to defeat the Black Emperor. Whis tapped his staff. He repaired their clothes. He gave them new supplies. He told them he would drop them off at the border of Universe 6 and 7, where the Super Dragon Balls drifted. Gohan looked at Earth in the distance one last time. He promised Pan he would come back. He promised Videl. He turned his back on his home and stepped towards Whis. The queue formed around them. They shot off into space. Back on Earth, Frieza was sitting on his throne atop the capsule core building. He was drinking a glass of wine. Sorbet was fanning him. Frieza looked at the calendar. He marked the date. 30 days, monkeys, he whispered. Tick-tock. In the shadows of the city, a small robot spy was watching Frieza. It was Dr. Hedo's spybot. Dr. Hedo was hiding in a bunker. He saw the power of Frieza. He saw the threat. He looked at his blueprints. He had been working on new androids, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. He realized they were not enough. He needed something stronger. He looked at a file name tag, Cell Max. He hesitated. Then he pressed the enter key. Activate, he said. The board is set. The pieces are moving. The heroes are on a quest for godhood. The villain is waiting on his throne. And a new monster is being built in the dark. The screen fades to black as the sound of a clock ticking gets louder and louder. The quest for the Dragon God begins in the next episode.